Hello, Virgo. Thank you very much for tuning into this week's read. For the main part of the read, I'm using Bonefire Tarot by Gabby Angus West. Supportive Oracle cards, Magical Spell. Magical Spell cards by Lucy Cavendish. Is it on the back? Probably. Yep. Smaller, but it's there. Alright, what do we have for Virgo? We're starting off. Ooh. That's interesting. I don't know why, but I want the middle cards now. Okay. I'll just kind of roll with it. I'm one of those intuitive people. I just kind of roll with whatever comes my way. Okay. Starts off great. I'm already getting, it's like something that's good to start with. It hits this weird spot where if you want it to continue going well, you may have to adjust, but it's seeing it before it happens. Let's see where this goes. You got the Ace of Cups and the Knight of Coins. These are to me, these are very complementary energies. Water and Earth seem to get along. Not every time, because like opposites have problems, like, Capricorn, Cancer, Virgo, Pisces are opposites, Scorpio, Taurus, even though sometimes they find a way to make it work. But typically Earth and Water get along. And I'm getting here, this is a very cooperative effort. The Knight of Coins, that's, Virgo is not Taurus. Virgo is Earth. There is a very strong Taurus field here, though. I'm feeling that, too. I wonder if some of you are dealing with a Taurus, or if you have the drive of a Taurus. I don't know why that's there, but I'm getting like this, I'm going to do this, I'm going to make it happen, full force ahead, take no prisoners, I've set my path, and here we go. The moon, I think the moon is in Taurus today, not that it matters, I guess. But maybe that's why I'm connected. I'm feeling definitely a Taurus energy here. Which doesn't mean somebody has to be that sign, but it's kind of like I'm on this path, I'm staying on this path, not allowing anybody to push you off it, having that determination to move forward, and it doesn't matter what comes at your way. A Leo could come towards you and you'd be like, listen, I'm here, I'm staying here. Leos are very strong too, that's why I'm giving that analogy. Success is with you here. This is why you're so committed to this. Kind of like this is the way it's supposed to work. This is right. This is success. Literally success. This is how to stay on point. This is how to make this work out. No, I do not want alterations. I do not want versions of this. I do not want to change anything. It is great the way it is. This is not bad. People at this point, you have victory in the environment. People are like, you're right. Exactly. We're backing you on that. Yes, you are right. Yes, yes. And you're very strong here. But with everything in life, change will happen. I think that's a big, like for people who don't like change, and who knows if you do or not, Virgos like to stay the same path, stereotypically. But I think it's one of the things that kind of helps that energy forward once you just accept, like, sooner or later, there will be change, one way or another, even if it lasts 2 decades. At some point along the line, things will change. They have to change. There's just no way around it. I think the question might be, when it happens, and if you agree it's time to or not. Because what I'm getting is somebody is holding back. Somebody's holding back at this point. The next thing coming forward, somebody's holding back, and you know it. But you're kind of like, on the same token, you're like, it feels like a catch-22. Like, I know somebody's holding something back, yet if I open that door, what do I have to deal with then? Like, do I have to... It's almost kind of like, if I open that door, I might have to change, and I don't want to. I like how things are, so... You're not afraid to open the door, but you're kind of like, I don't want to open that door and then have to change. It's something that I don't want to change. It's almost like a stray dog outside, and you're like, if I open the door and look, I'm going to let the dog in and it's going to be my dog. I don't want to do it, so I don't want to open that door. I hear a dog, but I'm just going to pretend or hope it's somebody else's dog. But if it's a stray dog, and you don't know for sure, but you're like, that seems to be the analogy I'm getting here. Like, the stray dog analogy, like, at least this fits for me. Like, I've opened the door and it's a stray dog, and be like, oh, great, now it's my dog, because I can't just let the poor thing go. But hopefully somebody's out there with the dog, so it's not a stray dog. And like, until I open that door, I can live in denial, or just hope the dog will go away, and then it's not a problem. Just tell myself somebody else was the owner of that dog. I'm that person. I don't know. So I feel like that's just an analogy. I think you get it if you're meant to. But somebody's holding secrets here. You don't want to open the door because you're like, I know something's not right over there. I know somebody's holding something back. I know it. You know it. You do know it. And somebody is holding secrets. Is it the 4 of coins? Yep, 4 of coins, 9 of coins. Somebody's holding a secret back, and they seem to be very happy. But the question is, why are they happy? Are they happy because of the secret, or are they happy because they don't want you? Like, are they giving? No, they're legitimately happy. They're definitely holding something back, but it's like, is this little secret that they're holding back, is that going to go away? It's the 4 of Pentacles. It's the 4 of Pentacles, 4 of coins, same difference. It's not going to go away. You don't know that at the time, but I'm getting like, this is something that's not going to go away. It's something that's probably been there for a while too. When it's the 4 of Pentacles, it's probably been there for a while. What can we say about this? Nothing right now. Okay. They know you don't want this. That's another reason they're holding it back. They're like, whatever they want, whatever they're thinking about, whatever the secret is they're holding back, they know you're not into it. They know that. Not that it's bad. It doesn't mean it's bad. It's just kind of like, I don't know. It just feels like it's a random thing. Like, I feel like it's the stray dog thing. Same thing. Like, I have 2 dogs and a cat as it is. I don't need any more animals. And I feel like, I think that fits. I don't know why. Why are we? I hope a stray dog better not be coming to my house. I am not going to be happy about it. I'm just saying to the universe. I'm just having that weird feeling. I better not. What's coming next is the World. This energy is very. It's interesting because I'm a Pisces. I'm the opposite of Virgo, but I'm really feeling that Virgo energy. Whatever that person was holding back, the secret they weren't telling you, that you knew something was up, change is coming. It's like that dog showing up. I don't know. I'm like obsessed about this dog. I don't know why. Hopefully after this reading I stop being obsessed about it. But I'm feeling it. It's like the dog shows up and it's like your dog. It's that thing. It's like something shows up, a change comes in, the secret is let out, the secret does herald in a change. If you're at that point now where you know somebody's holding something back, or you're feeling like it's coming, if you don't know what that secret is, but you have that inkling that there's something there, unearth it. Unearth it. Do yourself a favor. Because the sooner you know, easier it will be for you, is what I'm getting. It gives you more time to adjust. You know what I mean? It's kind of like the difference between being 10 miles out to a turn in the road versus 10 feet out. That's all I'm saying. Like 10 feet to 10 miles, if you think about that, like if you're 10 feet before the turn, you got to just make the decision. You don't have like hardly like 10 feet from the turn, like you're at the stop sign, it's left or right, you can't sit here all day, and you go. If you see it 10 miles down the road, it could give you more time at least to really kind of give yourself a minute to just kind of sift through possibilities. You know what I mean? Just to sift through. Because I'm getting when this comes forward with the World card, you're just kind of like, you're getting along with people, but you're kind of like, oh, right, oh. It's kind of like one of those, kind of like, if you don't see it coming, it's 10 feet before the stop sign where you got to go left or right. And you're just kind of like, oh, I thought this road went all the way to my destination. It does not. I also feel like if you don't see it coming until like 10 feet before the turn, I don't feel like you're going to be able to give much input. That's another reason like the 10 miles out is better. The sooner you know, the better. Because if you know this turn is coming 10 miles out, you may not like it. It may take you 5 miles to get used to the idea and probably still not used to it. But then you can start pushing forward what you think. and where you think things should go and how you feel about it. It kind of gives you a moment to like rally your own thoughts and go, well, if we gotta, I kind of like this better, I think, from what I know. I didn't really have ample time to research it, but from what I think and what I'm seeing, I think going this way is better. Because you definitely want to say here. I'm also getting when this turn happens, they got glamour with the Three of Cups. You're getting along with people. You're getting along with people, but the glamour is saying you don't really like it, but maybe you're acting like you like it, but you don't like it. Or maybe you're just kind of like smiling and nodding, and you're just kind of like, no, I don't like this. Okay, it's good, fine, yeah, no, not really, but sure. Sure. It's kind of one of those things. Because it's kind of like you're 10 feet from the turn. You're just kind of like, the road doesn't go straight any longer. It goes right or left. And you can't sit at the stop sign. Just go this way or go that way. You just don't have the luxury of pulling over and looking at a map and thinking about it. It's just kind of like left or right, let's go, and here we go. Not your ideal way of doing things is what I'm getting. Just not really. This change, this is the World card. They're reinforcing it with the new beginnings. Like, the World card is going into a whole new phase. It's kind of like, if you want to think of it like somebody graduating from high school and going into college, or graduating from college and going into the workforce. This is also like one of those things where somebody moves from one location 1,000 miles away sometimes. It's like a big change. It's like a major change of life here. The new beginning is telling me, like, they're reinforcing this, like, oh, there's no negotiating what happens in the sense of, like, a change. Like, the change will happen. You can't negotiate out of the change. How it plays out, there's some wiggle room there. There's some. It's a general read, so I don't know how far I can really go, because some of you have more wiggle room than others, for whatever reason. But I'm also getting, when it keeps going forward, you want to get along with people, and you understand. It's like once the turn is made, once the direction has been chosen, you get it. Like, you understand. You're very realistic. Like, well, the turn was there. We made a choice. Now we got to deal with the choice we made, and we just got to keep going. And I'm saying we, but it's almost like somebody else made the choice, but you're along for the ride. It's kind of like you're in the car, and there was like maybe there was a quick vote in the car, but you're just kind of like, I just said okay. Instead of saying left or right, I said okay. Whatever everybody wants to go, I'm with it. So if it was like 5-1 and 4 to the other, you'd be like, I'll go with the 5 because we have to choose. So I went with the 5, and here we go. You're realistic. You're like, yeah, we're going, we're doing, we need to. It's the difference between liking it and just accepting it. Like, sometimes we accept things, it doesn't mean we like them. I can't get I'm having a hard time being comfortable with it, because it's kind of like I have this weird feeling like I want to be a productive part of this situation, but at the same time I'm just like, I don't like this. I'm like, don't like this. But I'm like, okay, it's good, in and not at all type of way. Okay. But you want to get along. You're trying your best. You're not arguing with anybody. You just might have some internal bubbles going on there, like, ugh. The next thing that comes through, you got these 3 cards with how you're handling it. The overlying card here is the Page of Pentacles, which they give the Page of Coins, same difference. But it's making lemonade out of those lemons. Like, this feels very literal to me on this. Making lemonade out of those lemons. You're like, you know what? This is where I am now. Like, I can't live in the past. It does me no good. It's not going to work. I'm having a hard time with this, but I'm going to do it. And that seems to be your energy. Like, I'm having a hard time with this, but I'm going to do it. The Knight of Wands with the, the 5 of Coins popping in here. Feeling disconnected. Things keep pushing forward. It just seems like things have changed so quickly, and you got to just adjust so fast. Not that it's like at breakneck speeds, but it's just everything that has to change along with this. Like, it's literally almost like, another analogy I'm getting here is like, if you're with somebody and you're committed in this relationship and they get a great promotion, but you got to move from like New York down to Florida because I'm in the States. That's, or just, I don't know, from Germany to France or something like that. Like, it's a major it's a big change. It's a big change. But I'm getting like, if for example, if your location changes, all the things that come with that, like, think of that. There's a lot. Like, it's not just where you're living. It's like, do you have a job? Do you have to leave your job to go into this other job? Social connections, what you're going to do with your day, how you're going to find this new place, getting everything connected, like the heat, the water, the electricity, whatever you got going. You know what I mean? What type of legal documents for whatever. Like, do you have to change over insurance? Do you have to change over other things? I don't know. There's a bunch of stuff. All that, this is where the Knight of Wands is coming in, though. Like, everything that comes along with the major change, there's all these leftover pieces, kind of like, well, got to shut down that old situation, got to start up this new situation. There's a lot that comes along with this. Again, making lemons out of that lemonade, even though you have to make all these changes, you're like, well, I'm going to do my best to make this likable to me. I'm going to try to go along with it. You're working it out. There's weird energy here. I feel like I say that a lot. Ooh. Okay. This is a adjustment period. Another thing you're going to notice, but I'm wondering if you're going to really... Somebody else did this... Whoever's ushering forward this change, they do want it. But the adjustment period seems to be a little bit... It can be a little rough on them, even though they want it. For example, if we're going to use that analogy of the job promotion, somebody going from New York to Florida, or maybe Germany to France, or however that goes, they want it. They very much do want it, but I feel like the same thing with all the details that come with it seems to be a little hard on them, but they're trying to act like they like it more than they do. The overall, they love it, right? But the details at this point, the growing pains, if you will, they don't seem to be doing well with that. They might be kind of holding that back because they know you're not really over the moon about some of this too, so they might not be telling you that for whatever reason. They might be keeping that to themselves, because I'm kind of feeling with that person on that card, I feel like they're kind of keeping their discontent to themselves. But what I'm getting is that you have the ability to kind of steer the course at this point. Once the change is made, and now the details have to be taken care of, I feel like you have a lot of control with the details, and you can make this very likable for you and whoever else is connected to it. Because this was face down, by the way, so I got True Love Come to Me and Isis Inspiration, which this is kind of like a goddess energy. This is kind of like, you are presented with a possibility. It's up to you to make this possibility a good thing, or just to let it play out however it plays out. And they're saying, take control of this. Don't let it hold you down, kind of like, I just want to get it done. Be aware of that energy, that I just want to get it done energy, kind of like, we just got to find a place. This will do. This will do for now. This is fine. Or, it's just kind of like going into that, like, I just need to get it done energy. Be careful of that, because you're going to make decisions that are just going to get it off your plate rather than getting you what you actually want. It may seem acceptable at the time, but you may kind of paint yourself into a corner. Don't paint yourself into a corner. So I feel like the Isis Inspiration with the True Love Come to Me is like, maybe create a list of everything that has to be done, and then give yourself, if you have the luxury, a couple days to think about it, and then just start filling in like what you would ideally want. Just put next to it what you would ideally want, and see if you can make that within reason happen. Just be careful not to just like, I just got to get it done. Be careful of that energy. I just got to get it done, because I feel like that happens sometimes. Kind of like, there's a lot here. Once I get through it, it'll be fine. Let me just get through it. Slow it up a little bit. Again, I really feel for the people this is going to hit with, make that list if you can. Maybe you're not a list person. Give yourself a moment at least to think it over, though, and be like, okay, we got to get a new place to live, for example. Instead of going, all right, well, we want to get something close, I guess that's the most important. This will do, that's close enough. Instead of doing that, go like, all right, we got to get a place to live. I'd actually like some place with a little bit of a yard. I'd like it to be a place where, you know, I don't feel like people are right on top of me. I'd like a little bit of space, at least a little bit of space. So when you start looking, if you find something maybe not as close but doable, just think to yourself, is it more important to be close to where this person works, or is it more important that you have a place to where they can get there, it's acceptable, but you are more happy being there? Because I feel like I'm getting this analogy for someone again, kind of like if you're picking a new place to live, you know, make it more to your liking. You're going to go within reason anyway for the other person. Don't worry about that as much. Just make it, because I feel like if you like it, you can make it very enjoyable for this person. I know people who drive an hour and a half to work because where they live, they love. And to them, it's worth it. I'm just saying that's not for everybody. But personally, I'm like, I don't care for living in a city because I feel like people are right on top of you. I like people, but I just like, I don't want somebody like, I open my window and like they're just, hey, how you doing? Like smiling at you with their cup of coffee every morning. I'm like, no, you're way too close. That's a little too close. There's a lot. Is there anything else with this? I think we're there. I think we got the information out, so I hope that helps. I'm going to shut this down here. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. Thank you.